Speaking of shady characters, Donald Trump. Yesterday, we heard from 3 of the 19 women who have accused Donald Trump of sexual misconduct. Well, this morning, the president fired back. Despite thousands of hours wasted and many millions of dollars spent, the Democrats have been unable to show any collusion with Russia, so they are moving on to the false accusations and fabricated stories of women who I don't know and/or have never met. And that is the absolute truth and/or a complete lie. Because that is a lie. Included in the list of his accusers are a former business partner, women from the Miss USA pageant, which Trump owned, and a contestant in season 4 of The Apprentice. Your challenge is for me to sexually harass you, and then you having to watch me become president of the United States. Enjoy. Well, this afternoon, thank you. This afternoon, People magazine also released a photo of Natasha Stoyanov, one of Trump's accusers, standing right next to Donald Trump. Right next to him, in what scientists call the grope zone. So, Donald Trump, you knew these women. But yesterday, White House Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders defended the Trump.
The president has denied any of these allegations, as have eyewitnesses, and several reports have shown those eyewitnesses also back up the president's claim in this process.
How can you have eyewitnesses to say you didn't do something? Your Honor, I specifically remember seeing him not murder that man on several occasions. I rest my case. Hi-oh! Sorry. Thank you. Wrong guy, wrong story. I apologize. But you know, it's just too enjoyable. But you know who believes the women? The woman who led the call for Al Franken's resignation last week, New York Senator Kirsten Gillibrand. Here's what Gillibrand is saying now.
These allegations are credible. They are numerous. I've heard these women's testimony, and many of them are heartbreaking. President Trump should resign.
Okay, maybe. But for that to work, you have to be talking about somebody with a sense of dignity, okay? And a shred of decency. Donald Trump doesn't have either of those. Instead, he's got a label on the back of his neck, "Warning, contains no shame." It's right below "Property of Vladimir Putin." Of course. Yeah, looks good. Good work. That's some nice ink. Of course, Trump couldn't let that go, tweeting, "Lightweight Senator Kirsten Gillibrand, a total flunky for Chuck Schumer, and someone who would come to my office begging for campaign contributions not so long ago and would do anything for them, is now in the ring fighting against Trump. Very disloyal to Bill and crooked used." What? I'm sorry, what happened? What? Crooked used? What does that mean?
Slipped it right in
Did
there.
his brain just break? Very disloyal to Bill and crooked used. I smell toast. MAGA! MAGA! Hold on. Jim, how does he describe Gillibrand again? Someone who would come to my office begging for campaign contributions not so long ago and would do anything for them. That reminds me, Melania, how's that anti-cyberbullying going? It is anti, right? I just want to be clear. Now, that description and implication offended a lot of people, so Huckasans was asked about it.
Gillibrand owed an apology for the misunderstanding from the president's tweet this morning, because many, including the senator, thinks that it's about sexual innuendos.
I think only if your mind is in the gutter would you have read it that way.
Yeah, get your mind out of the gutter. That's disgusting. Then let's go back to talking about Donald Trump supporting a serial teen squeezer. Of course, America is being torn apart by bitter partisan divide, but yesterday evening, it was nice to see members of Congress put aside their differences and come together at the Congressional Dog Holiday Party. Isn't that adorable? It's the one place on Capitol Hill you can engage in heavy petting and not have to resign. And the dogs aren't the ones humping your leg. And the party was very diverse, right? Here's a little Christmas present pup playing with a Hanukkah hound. Or as Kayla Moore would put it, one of our canines is a Jew. We have a great show for you tonight. Tom Hanks is here. Wow, what a cliffhanger. What's gonna happen in the next Late Show video? Click subscribe to find out.